Okay guys, welcome. This is going to be a really impromptu pick a pile reading. So we're just going to use, I'm going to pull the cards on camera. Sorry if you can hear stuff in the background, George is making dinner. So this is going to be an urgent message from the universe. I literally, something happened to me. It's a long story, nothing bad, I'm okay. Just like a message from spirit. It was just like an urgent, like they got my attention by like something off from my altar fell completely, and I was sitting on the lounge on the other side of the room. No one was around there. So yeah, I really got the sense that like, okay, this is like an urgent message from the universe. So what we're going to do is we're going to I want you to intuitively pick a pile. Okay, so this will be pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Take a minute to pause this because we're going to go ahead and just get right into it right now. All right, so we're going to be using a bunch of decks here. What I'm going to do, so that this is the Modern Witch Tarot. I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite Modern Witch for tarot, and then we're also going to be using a bunch of oracle decks. So what I'm going to start with, oh my goodness, George is making so much noise. We're going to start with the Moonology deck. So this will be pile number 1. All right. Just repositioning. All right, hello pile number 1. We're going to be starting, we're going to pull your cards now on camera. I have my iPad sitting in front of me, so it's hard for me to sort of do this off camera. Yeah, that's what I meant. So we're going to do this. We're also going to be using, so this is the Moonology deck. We're also going to be using Saints and Angels oracle cards. There's lots of distractions and things going on at the moment in the house for me. So I'm feeling like this, you may have been experiencing lots of distractions lately. Let's see. All right, Spirit Team, what messages do we have for pile number 1? Those who chose pile number 1, just 1 card, please. Oh. Just 1. This is very impromptu, so if I seem all over the place, it's definitely because I am. Just 1 card, please. Okay, we've got 2, so we'll just let that be. Okay, next we will use some Romance Angels decks. Some Romance Angels cards, but don't worry about that if this is not resonating romantically for you, that's completely fine. All right, Spirit, what do we have for pile number 1? Okay, beautiful. What next? We will use the Getting into the Vortex cards. This is a nice little bit of a manifestation, like affirmations and things. Okay. All right. So routine, what messages do we have for pile number 1? Just turn that down quickly. And because you can see on the front of these, I will put it underneath. Oh, beautiful. I'm just going to put it underneath. Beautiful. Okay. And then lastly, for the Oracle, we're going to grab the Green Witch Oracle. Absolutely love this deck. Spirit Team, what messages do we have for pile number 1? One card for pile number 1, please. Okay, now we're going to be using some tarot. This is just the traditional Rider-Waite deck. All right, Spirit Team, let's get some cards. Pile 1, help with the message. Two cards, 2 tarot cards. Beautiful, thank you. Okay. And then 2 cards from the Modern Witch Tarot, please. Pile number 1, beautiful. Okay. Okay, so pile number 1, let's get to it. So we've got your getting into the vortex card is making peace with my today will improve my future. Oh, let's move everything over here. Sorry about the setup, guys. As I said, this was very impromptu. I'm literally doing this on the bedroom floor. Okay, Romance Angels card. Look at that, number 1. Okay, now for tarot. It's hard to see. How can I do this? Let me... Wonderful. All right, so guys, pile 1. So I want to start with your getting into the vortex card here. So it seems like you're literally on the brink of something from what I can see, and you're being asked to sort of like reflect, okay? And for a lot of you, this is going to be something to do with making sure that you're not sort of falling into past patterning, all right? So making peace with my today will improve my future. And this is what it says in the back. It may sound odd, but the fastest way to get into a new and improved situation... Oh my goodness. The smoke alarm in my house is very, very, it goes off at the littlest things, even when I'm just, you know, blow out a candle. Sorry guys, I'll wait. Beautiful. This is definite, like, they want you to listen to this message here. It may sound odd, but the fastest way to get to a new and improved situation is to make peace with your current situation. By making lists of the most positive aspects you can find about your current situation, you then release your resistance to the improvements that are waiting for you. But if you rail against the injustices of your current situation, you hold yourself in vibrational alignment with what you do not want. And you cannot then move in the direction of improvement. It defies law. Wow. Okay, so once you do this, right, a fiery climax can then approach. Things start to really gain momentum, okay? I feel like this really, really, really is your message here. And this really goes, ties in with the whole, you know, I was guided to make this why can't I speak? Sorry. A urgent message from the universe, urgent message from your spirit guides. And so, especially here with you found it and pause. They want you to pause and they want you to know that you are in the direction of improving your future, okay? You are seeing things for what they truly are. I feel like some of you, you've got an idea about something, or something grabbed your attention, or, you know, obviously whatever led you here, whatever you've been thinking about, this really is like, you know what the solution is. Some of you may have an idea of a solution, okay? And because you found it, right, things really, really start to speed up, okay? Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, okay? But in general, makes you attractive to the things that you're trying to make improvements on. I definitely see here there is a new, this could be a new relationship coming through. You've been waiting on a new relationship, or this could just be talking about, you know, trying to, you're waiting for a new opportunity that is extremely emotionally fulfilling for you, okay? I feel like some of you have been in the trenches. Really, you've been really sort of holding out faith here. And I feel like this is something that you have been trying to do, but it does get a little bit difficult, which, you know, that's so valid. But, you know, I think now that you have this clarity and you have this understanding, it's really important that you don't sort of move back into a lack mindset. It may sound odd, but the fastest way to get to a new and improved situation is to make peace with your current situation. So accepting it, understanding it, and, you know, acknowledging that it can exist. Your current situation can exist for however long it needs to. It doesn't mean that you're not getting to your new future. Your new future, sorry, I'm trying to say. What I want to do is I just really want to quickly read these two, because I'm not really familiar with that deck. And I feel like these messages are important. So it says, let me grab this. It says, this is a message about finding something of great value, such as your life path or a lost item. St. Anthony asks you to have faith that you've found or will soon find what you are looking for. The situation you're inquiring about is what you've been seeking. Congratulations, you found your way. Both St. Anthony and Archangel Chamuel can help you locate lost items. Call upon them both, either silently or aloud, and ask them to help you. Then pay attention to your inner guidance, such as gut feelings, visions, or thoughts. Follow this wisdom and you'll find the item. Trust in the miracle of heaven's helpers retrieving the item for you. Remember that nothing is lost in the mind of, hang on, I've got to flip the page. In the mind of God or universe, source, creator, whatever it is that you personally believe, okay? And if for some reason it doesn't immediately return, hold the faith that it will come back to you in divine timing. So, and then we'll go to pause here. Okay. Your guardian angel asks you to pause for a moment before moving forward. During this break, take time to consider your true thoughts and feelings about the situation. You've been moving so fast lately that you may have confused other people's wishes with your own. Take time out and really be honest with yourself. What do you want? What do you think is the right thing to do? Pray to know the universe's will in this situation. You want to feel good before moving forward, so ask your questions and clear any issues before taking further action. You may decide to wait or cancel the entire project. If this is the case, you'll know why you did so after you take the time to pause and consider your options. Okay? Don't allow yourself to be swayed by others' judgments and run contrary to your own. Once you become clear about your true reasons and motivations, your actions will be fueled by truth, love, and commitment. These winning ingredients spell sure success for any project. Sorry, that was difficult for me to read. And this is what sort of ties in with this too. When you put yourself first and when you prioritize your own needs and, you know, above the needs of others or the desires of others, you're really putting yourself in a better situation to get what it is that you've been wanting. And in this situation, it's a brand new start with something. And this something is something that is going to be quite emotionally fulfilling for you. You've been really, really feeling left out in the cold. You've been feeling abandoned in a state of a lack mindset. And you've been telling yourself everything is fine. Or on the surface, you've been acting as though everything is fine. And when it comes, if there's other people involved in this, it's important for you to as well. Okay, this is really, these two are really, really tying in. Sorry, I just got a download quickly. On the surface, right, you're saying and you're telling yourself everything is fine. Please, I'm not saying that this is the case, but make sure, don't get stuck in toxic positivity, okay? That's spiritual bypassing. Making peace with your today will improve your future. So allowing yourself to acknowledge and accept that, yeah, okay, maybe everything is in shambles right now. Maybe everything isn't exactly as I want it to be. That doesn't mean it won't ever be. Sorry, I didn't mean to to hit the iPad. But you're not ignoring the part of you that is, you know, suffering or struggling or is really just not enjoying where you are right now. Because this allows you to, what did it say? Okay, so right now, by making a list of the most positive aspects you can find about your current situation, you then release your resistance to the improvements that are waiting for you. Okay, so, you know, acknowledging, okay, I don't like where I am right now. I'm really struggling in this situation. However, the struggle is allowing me to seek, to put plans in motion and to put effort in to making a new beginning for myself. Imagine not having that awareness, right? Imagine being stuck in this situation and not having the awareness of knowing that you can change your current situation, or knowing that it's okay to change your current situation. Imagine that. I'm going to read a fiery climax approaches from the book as well as this. Where are they? Oh, here. There's that one. Okay, it is time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on. Where is it? Between what you want and what someone else wants. Oh my goodness, we picked up on that. Where was it? In these ones, in these three. And I was saying that, put yourself first here. But you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. This is the pausing. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created this situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. So this could be indicating that, like, if it resonates, this could be an argument comes up, or just a situation that, yeah, might be a little bit uncomfortable, but it gives you the opportunity to move forward. It gives you the opportunity to put yourself first and to speak up. Maybe you're creating the fiery situation by speaking up. And if you know, you being harsh or rash doesn't resonate for you, that's completely fine. It doesn't have to. But the other additional meanings to this card, being assertive is good. Just don't ride roughshod over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. You need to have more fun. So I think as well, really, this is about you prioritizing, really prioritizing yourself here and making some changes, putting some things in place so that you can. This is you waiting for your ships to come in. So this is expectation. So you setting intentions which result in an expectation that a new beginning will come, because your current situation is just it's not it for you, is it? Let me get you this one. The Green Witch Oracle. Okay, what number is that? Number 1, beautiful. Okay. These are beautiful cards, I love this. We've got, I've got Virgo energy here, as well as Aries. New ideas, breakthroughs, and increases in finances and resources are all indicated, and you should trust your own judgment. There is a strong chance of triumph over a difficult challenge and the opportunity for sudden growth in what you're currently undertaking. Relationships will be focused on the physical, with lust, sex, passion high on the agenda. Be careful of overthinking, self-sabotage, and roadblocks placed by others. So we've got, yeah, as I said, Virgo here. The uses for carrots are fertility, passion, vision, independence, and grounding. So I definitely feel like this is you really making sure that, like, you're getting really clear on what it is that you want, okay? And what it is that is like, you know that you don't like this situation. So the way that you can get out of it and create a new situation, or just change the current situation, is by, what was I saying? Getting focused on what it is that you don't want. Okay. And yeah, just really making peace with today. So I just keep getting brought back to that. So accept where you're currently at, even if you don't like it. Accepting where you're at, like, within yourself, doesn't mean that you are accepting you know, staying in where you are. It doesn't mean that you stay there at all. If anything, it sort of grounds you into reality and allows you to have the clarity, okay, what do I need to move forward, and how do I want to move forward? How do I do that? And then you know exactly what intentions to put in place. I feel like here you may already know, or you may soon know in the coming days, exactly with this, exactly what it is that you want and how to move forward. Okay. And I feel like really being assertive here and putting yourself first, this makes you attractive to the things that you want. This makes you attractive to your goals, to your vision. You vibrationally and energetically align with what you do want instead of what you don't want. All right, pile ones, that's all I have for you today. It's a very quick message. I hope that this resonated. Please let me know down below if it did. Please subscribe if you haven't already, if you like my content, and give this video a thumbs up. Yeah, let me know what's going on. Let me know what this is about for you. I'd love to hear how these sort of readings play in for you guys. Follow me on Instagram. I do post daily content on my Instagram as well as my TikTok. The links will be in the description box. And also, if you guys are wanting, I do offer private readings at this time. The link for that in my Etsy shop will be there in the description box as well. Otherwise, let me know if you like more content like this, and I'll see you in my next video. All right, pile two. Welcome. This is it's pretty impromptu here. We don't have a proper rhyme or reason way of doing this, but we're just going to start pulling your cards. I'm going to be doing it off camera. All right, Spirit Team, what do we have for pile? Those who chose pile number 2, we've got 2 cards here. We'll take those. Okay. Pile number 2. What messages do we have for pile number 2 today? Wonderful. Pile number 2, please, Spirit Team. What do we have for those pile number 2s? Ouch. Hurt. Okay, lovely. Pile number 2, we have a pile number 2. If you guys are watching me right now, there's not really much going on. I will timestamp these, okay? So definitely check the timestamp below. I'm just going to hide this one because it does show it already. And I want to sort of, yeah, I don't want to do that. All right. Let's just do have pile number 2s. Beautiful. 2 more tarot cards for pile number 2, please. Oh. Let's try that again. Either 1 card at a time or just 2. Goodness me, they're not coming, are they? 2 tarot cards for pile number 2, please. Okay, we'll take those. Alrighty. Wonderful. So pile number 2, let's go. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. All right, part number 2. So it seems like you guys are definitely on the way to attracting a soulmate or attracting someone who is your equal. Okay. I feel like you're probably coming out of a situation, like a situationship, or a situation with someone where it hasn't really worked out. Okay. Or you might have, found yourself attracting someone who you thought was really good for you and they ended up not being. Okay. So let's start with this one. Okay. By default, I could have attracted unwanted relationships. Let's see why. Many of the relationships or experiences you have attracted, you would not have deliberately attracted if you had been doing it on purpose. But much of your attraction is not done by deliberate intent, but rather by default. And this is very much talking about, it's a subconscious thing. Our subconscious takes on a dominant belief system that carries out throughout our life about certain situations, about love, emotions, things like that, that we most likely have sort of taken on from childhood here. Okay, we've got the mother here. You might be a mother, or I think this is very much talking about a mother wound. Okay, mother healing needing at this time. It is important to understand that you get what you think about, whether you want it or not. And chronic thoughts of unwanted things invite or ask for matching experiences. The law of attraction makes it so. Okay, I think there are some sort of like, look into the law of assumption. I'm more sort of on that side, but I think just from a more simple sort of standpoint, our subconscious dominant beliefs is what we attract. Okay, so don't worry about the conscious on the surface thoughts. Don't worry about that. Don't think because you're having a bad day or you're someone who has a lot of mental health struggles like CPTSD, other things like that. That's me. So I very much have struggled with this sort of concept. It's not about the thoughts that you think on the surface. It's about the subconscious belief that you have taken on subconsciously, right? So we don't control that. But now that we are aware that our subconscious beliefs do control a lot of what we experience and a lot of what we attract and bring into our life, because it's happening on like underneath the surface. We don't know it's happening until we actually look and go back and go, okay, something needs to change here. I can see how that ties into that, and I can see how I've attracted this kind of a person based on this experience I had with my mum when I was young, something like that. Okay, it's very important that we are undoing all of our childhood trauma. So I feel like you're coming to a place now where it's important for you to start thinking about that kind of thing. The energy is gaining momentum, emotions are running high. So there's a lot of excitement here. So you're on the verge of calling in your soulmate. Okay, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. This is not enough on its own, though. If you have subconscious dominant thoughts that are essentially you're unaware of, that essentially block what it is that you're trying to attract, okay, it's like you're going to be attracting a distorted version of what it is that you're consciously trying to attract. Okay, so really look into childhood trauma, really look into trying to sort of like meditate with your subconscious and see what is coming up. This could be a ritual that you do. I've definitely started doing this. I started journaling, and anytime I'm feeling really crappy, anytime I'm feeling bad, I will journal it out and then I will read it back objectively, because then I can usually see the pattern where this is coming from, and I'll think to myself, I'm going to do a podcast episode on this, sort of like unraveling childhood trauma, okay, understanding and figuring out how it all plays out. This is something you can do on your own. But a lot of us think that because we don't have objectively traumatizing childhood experiences, that we're not traumatized. But let me tell you, one small tiny interaction that was no harm intended can relate to our childhood trauma. It gets taken on by the subconscious because as kids we don't know. We don't think that way. We're not taking that on and going, yeah, well, this is what I believe now. It's happening subconsciously, so it's important that we are checking this. So really journaling this out and reading it objectively is really going to be helpful, and even meditating on that, having a conversation with your higher self, with your inner child. Asking really tuning in and asking your inner child, picturing you now as this age, talking to your inner child and asking them, what's wrong? Why are you feeling like this? Anytime triggers come up, things like that. Or, yeah, how do you feel? What happened to make you feel this way? They'll tell you the first thing that comes up. You don't dig for it. It'll come up. The first thing that comes up is usually the thing. Or you can ask your guides or your higher self to give you a memory. Even if you don't necessarily relate it to anything negative in your life, whatever comes up, you need to trust it, because chances are it's trying to tell you something. Okay? It's like when things start to move forward, stress comes in or triggers come in or anxiety or worry, and it sort of seems to either things end, or when it reaches a certain spot, things go awry. That's what I'm really getting here. And it's because of your dominant subconscious belief systems, definitely with the Hierophant here. The Queen of Cups. So this is you sort of like really need, like, you have the answers. You have the ability to really seek deeper meaning and deeper understanding of how you get to this point, how you get here. And why you keep attracting these same types of people, or why you keep attracting these same types of situations. Because it's from a belief. I just realized that I had a belief system that love always runs out, that love ends. This was a huge thing that I had to overcome, and I'm in a long-term relationship. But doing that work and seeking deeper understanding of why I had that subconscious belief brought me to a situation. I talk about it on my podcast. Go and listen to it. The link will be in the description. Where I had a conversation with my dad, and he said something that he believed that was passed down from him, right? So this is conditioning. And he meant nothing by it but to protect me. And he wasn't being horrible or anything like that. It was just a discussion. But the way that I internalized that as a young child led to limiting self-beliefs about love. So I really think, I really want to sort of get you guys to, if this is resonating, definitely look at the podcast. I explain it in much, 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 much better depth. I'm going to be doing my next episode is going to be on, as I said, how to unravel and understand and how to understand what your inner child is trying to tell you. But let's read this mother card first. The answer to your question involves the topic of mother. Mother Mary is with you, helping you with any emotional upsets with your own mother, such as grief, anger, or worry. She can aid your healing from long-standing patterns between the two of you. As you do so, you'll also be made well in other life areas. Here we go. For instance, healing mother issues, mother wounding, improves your relationships with other women, especially powerful ones and those in authority. It also helps your romantic relationships too. It helps you be more open to receiving, since feminine energy is receptive. If you're a woman, reconciling any mother issues can improve your self-love and self-esteem. This is also a message about you as a mother or caregiver. Mother Mary wants to help you in this life area. She'll alleviate any guilt or stress that may be interfering with the joy of parenting, or joy of anything, really. If you'd like to help children in general, ask Mother Mary for a divine assignment. She has so much love for children, and she gladly helps their caretakers so that they're better equipped to help little ones in many ways. Oh, I'm yawning. So the yawns definitely signifies a connecting spiritually, okay? Really connecting spiritually there. So yeah, this is definitely talking about mother wounding, okay? So there's a mother wound, childhood trauma surrounding the mother, okay? Ask yourself, how is your relationship with your mother? Go in and, you know, close your eyes and put your hand over your heart and, you know, just go in and visualize your younger self. Whatever age comes up is fine. And ask your younger self what the relationship is like with your mum. See what they say, see what comes up, and then just ask more questions. So, for example, if they said, you know, I don't feel like mum really cares about me, ask, why do you feel that way? What is it that makes you feel that way? Keep asking those questions, and then reparent yourself. Comfort that little you. This is what's needed in order for you to really call in your true soulmate. Because these relationships that you've attracted thus far, they're from a broken place, which means that they'll never have the potential to be what it is that you're seeking. Let me read these two for you. Emotions are running high. I just flipped to that first. So it says, this card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is writ large like the silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job, for example, the answer is very. And if you're asking about a soulmate that you haven't met yet, okay, so, well, is this next person that I do attract, not someone who's in your life right now, guys. For this pile 2, this is not about someone that's in your life right now. So the next person that you attract that you haven't met yet, as of when you're watching this, if you're asking how successful that's going to be, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. Success is close. The resolution to your question is closer than you may think. Something exciting lies ahead. Don't ignore the obvious. Speak to the goddess. Ask her for assistance. Then we have the energies gaining momentum. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of, though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet. This is exactly what I was saying. This is what's needed, this mother healing. This is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go, and do you believe you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goals. These two here. Whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. And a nice affirmation for this is, I know I'm headed in the right direction. More effort is yet required. Are you willing to give it? Then let me read you the ritual card here. Okay. So corn talks about harvesting, right? You harvest corn, you grow it, it's like with a crop. And I don't know much about farming, but I feel like this is something that you have to harvest, okay? And it's going to take a little bit of time, but not a lot. I think it's going to take probably more effort than time. So if you're okay with that, this is really, really on the horizon. Like, you're already in the process of calling your soulmate in, right? You're not at the beginning phases. But in order to really bring this further, this is what you need to release. Though there may be unknown forces surrounding and working for you, you are being prompted to join in through dedicated study and physical action. So dedicated study, this could be talking about, the psychology of childhood trauma, or even just your own sort of childhood trauma, things like that, okay? Like just looking in within yourself, that's what I meant. Beneficial esoteric teachings are worthwhile pursuing, and a deeper connection with another is being forged, perhaps without you even realizing it. Yes, exactly. So the more that you work towards healing this, the closer you draw them. It's already happening. Be careful of secrets and confidential knowledge that may cause harm. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky, because whatever comes up, you may sort of see things in a very different way, or you may realize, okay, my childhood really wasn't what I thought it was. Yes, there's a lot more pain that I realized. It may be hard, but it needs to be worked through. And if it gets to the point where it's too much to bear, there is nothing wrong with seeking professional help, like a professional psychotherapist or a therapist or, a psychologist, things like that, to help you work through these energies. But you can definitely start this on your own. Just know your limits. But this is, and Queen of Cups can talk about mother too. This is about you undoing what's causing you this blockage. And you deserve this love. You don't need to keep attracting unwanted relationships or unwanted types of relationships. You know what you want. You want what you want. And it's available to you, but you just have to dig a little bit deeper. You're already well on your way. Okay? So it's just a little bit, there's just a little bit like of a, okay, I'm seeing spirits showing me like you're digging and you've just reached a little bit more of a mound that you've got to dig through. It's a little bit harder than the rest, but it just takes a little bit more willpower. It's not that difficult. Not too difficult is what I mean. All right, pile twos, I hope that resonated for you. Let me know down below if it does. Please like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're not already. I am offering personal private readings at this time, so if you are interested in that, please check the description box for the link to my Etsy shop where you can purchase a personal reading with me. If you do, let me know that you came from YouTube or wherever you came from. And you also follow me on TikTok and Instagram, because I do post daily readings over on there too. So if you want more daily free content, definitely check out those as well. And yeah, let me know if you like these types of videos, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye, pile 2. Okay, pile 3. We're gonna pull your cards now. All right, Spirit Team, what do we have for pile number 3, lucky last? One card for pile 3, please. There we go. All right, what messages do we have for pile 3? Okay. Pile 3, please, Spirit Team. What messages do we have for pile 3? There we go. Pile 3, what messages do we have for pile 3? Pile 3, please. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, and Spirit Team, what do we have for pile 3? What do we have for pile 3, please, Spirit Team? One card for pile 3. What messages do we have for pile 3, please, Spirit Team? Wonderful. All right, now with the tarot. Oh. Two cards of tarot cards, please, for pile 3. Spirit team, what messages do we have for pile 3 with the tarot? 2 cards, please. One more. Beautiful. These tarot cards, Spirit. Pile 3. Oh, there's one. One more for pile 3. Oh, okay, we've got a couple more. Wonderful. All right. Pile 3, let's get your cards out. So we've got this one. If you guys can hear my partner talking, I apologize. Wow, this straight away. Relationships I don't want, clarify those I do want. And you're realizing as well, I feel like this is going to be a lot of childhood, sifting through some childhood stuff here too, where you're realizing the patterning from your family and you're healing this and you're no longer continuing those family patternings that you don't want. Yes, okay, childhood stuff. Definitely allowing your inner child to come through. I'm just going to move these across. Okay, so I've got one there. Affection. Oh, beautiful. So I feel like this is going to be a lot of like physical touch sort of stuff. What is your relationship with affection? How do you view affection? How do you view that? Oh, wow. Look at this. Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. There is some great new changes coming through. Okay, you're being inspired to take action on your ideas here, or your new discoveries. Okay, new discoveries. Oh, wow. Okay, 6 of Wands. You're becoming very successful with that. Get out. Are you kidding me? Ace of Wands again? That's insane. I absolutely love that. So, excuse me. All right. There's a little bit of fear here with that. A little bit of fear. Okay. And then one more card. We had one more. 6 of Swords. Okay, so I know you can't see that, but just know that this one is the 6 of Swords here. Okay. Amazing. So you're definitely, pile 3, you're definitely moving on from childhood wounding, childhood patterning. I feel like some of you may have some sort of like, there's something to do with your family here that's really impacting the way that you show up in relationships. And I feel like this is definitely talking about like vulnerability. Okay, so there's a need for you. Yes, look at this. Generosity and vulnerability, and extend your lighthearted energy to others. This is exactly what you're needing to do. So when it comes to relationships, I feel like maybe in your family relationship, affection wasn't really a thing. Affection wasn't really that prominent. And that's really sad. So now when it comes to relationships, you don't know how to properly give affection to others, okay? Or maybe you attract people that don't know how to give affection to you because of this family wounding, because of this childhood wounding that you've experienced that you need to release and let go of. Don't let pride get in your way. For those of you who, struggle with, as well, there's 2 sides of this. So for those of you who struggle with showing the affection, okay, because you were never taught how to give it, or it was just never really a thing in your family. And for those of you who that way too, but you seem to attract people who don't really give affection. So you sort of wait for their cue and you wait for them to tell you that it's okay for you to give affection. Therefore, you're hiding yourself, or you don't give, which means you can't receive if you don't give. So this is not letting pride get in your way, being too prideful, being, scared of rejection. There's a lot of fear of rejection here, but you're getting the opportunity here to really, like, you may have an idea. I just love that the Ace of Wands came out twice, but you're getting the opportunity soon to really change your fate, change the way that things have always been for you. And you're moving forward, you're moving past that, you're overcoming with success and triumph here. And moving past that, leaving that old way of life behind. So relationships I don't want, clarify those I do want. And when it says don't and do want, it's basically what the relationship is about and how the dynamics of the connection, right? It's not that you don't want the person, it's the relationship, the dynamic that's unfavorable for you. Whenever you know what you do not want, you always know more clearly what you do want. So in any poignant moment of awareness of another person's undesirable situation, give your undivided attention to the idea of improvement that has hatched from your interaction/observation. And as you learn to do that, not only will you be of increasing value to others, but you will see how your relationships with others add immeasurably to your own becoming. Okay, so this is really, you're having the opportunity here. This is when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. So you know what needs to be worked on here. First of all, what needs to be worked on is you need to be willing to give. You need to be willing to give so that you can receive. Okay, because you can't be expecting to receive when you're not, in that natural exchange and that natural flow of energy, of giving and receiving, being generous here. And you have been, but you need to be generous to yourself by allowing to give to yourself as well. Giving to yourself. Wow, let me read the affection card here. Where are we? Okay. New experiences are coming your way. Wow, with both of the aces here. New experiences are coming your way, which means you will feel prompted to find new ways of doing things. Yes, look at this, new ideas. If you are seeking a solution, be more receptive, receiving, right? Be more receptive to suggestions and openings because they're coming. They're like, hey, there's literally, like, you can't ignore it here. The solution to changing the wheel of fate for you, changing things for it to be in a more fortuitous outcome for you is here, but you need to be receptive to it. So make sure you're really setting that intention to your guides and to the universe that you are wanting to be open and receptive to new solutions that come in. I feel like this is one of those. If you clicked on this video, this is your sign. Ensure that you are putting your true feelings into all that you are doing. A valuable proposition should come your way, but don't get too carried away. So that could mean two things. Don't get too carried away with, don't get too carried away is really talking about don't get stuck in the old way of doing things because you're needing to really heal the family issues and extend your lighthearted energy to others. So be more willing to give and be more willing to receive by giving to yourself, right? By extending your lighthearted energy to yourself. This is passion. This is excitement. This is new ideas and opportunities. This could as well be coming through career stuff is coming in too. And this is what helps you open up to receiving. Because what we don't realize is this, it not only affects us in love, but it affects us in every other area of our life too. So we really need to be, actually I want to read this one first. We really need to be open to receiving that guidance and receiving these opportunities for us to grow and change the way that we've always done things. If you've always done things the way that If you've always done things the way that you've always done them, that's all you'll get, basically. No, if you want things to be different than they've always been, you've got to do things differently than you've always done them. That's what I always tell myself in stagnant situations. Or if I find myself, continuing to attract situations that aren't what I want. Generosity. Santa, literally Saint Nick. You're asked to start or continue giving time, money, assistance, or goods. This act helps you know how much you have and leads to a feeling of abundance that automatically attracts greater prosperity into your life. The more you give, the more you'll receive. Contribute with joy and be totally detached from the outcome of your offering. St. Nicholas reminds you of the happiness that you receive when you give to others from the spirit of love. Allow yourself to be surprised at how the universe gives back to you. St. Nicholas's legendary generosity led him to be called Santa Claus and become a patron saint of children and the needy. One of the most famous stories about him describes his rescue of 3 young girls whose father was about to send them into prostitution to save the impoverished family. The saint threw 3 bags of gold through the girls' bedroom window so that their future was secure. St. Nicholas also helped reform thieves and assisted those who wrongfully imprisoned. You can call upon him as a saint to inspire and guide your volunteer work and show you the best avenues to give donations. So you can definitely call upon St. Nicholas here to help you with when it comes to giving in relationships, giving affection and love in order for you to receive it. Because I understand that this might be, you know, a sort of like a trickier concept for you, because you haven't, that behavior hadn't been modeled for you in your childhood. And you didn't grow up around it. So you will learn to adapt without it. Or it could have gone the other way for you, where you need that. So you give too much to other people. But now, if that's the case for you, it's about you needing to give more to yourself. This is the opportunity here. Once you do, things will shift, and there will be a huge sense of triumph and overcoming the difficulties that you've always been sort of facing in these kinds of situations. So whether you're an overgiver or an undergiver, you need to give in different ways. So you need to give to yourself, but both times you need to give to yourself in order to give to others, and you need to give to yourself in order to get from others. I'm going to read this one. Okay. Full moon in Leo. So some of you could be a Leo here. What else do we have? We've also got Taurus energies here. And that's pretty much it. We don't have any other major arcana other than the Wheel of Fortune. Where are we? Okay. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This helps all of your relationships. Additional meanings for this card: self-esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important, including yourself. Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic. Yes. What else do we have? Was there anything else here? No. So don't forget, in order to receive from others, you need to be open to receiving. And the only way that you can do that, pile 3, is by is giving to yourself. Over giving to other people rarely gets us what it is that we're trying to receive. And we're burning ourselves out in the process. And it gives us the opportunity to see if the people that we're giving to and, over giving to and trying to receive from are worth our time and energy. Because if they're not, then they're just going to be taking advantage of that. So in order to prevent that, it's really important for you to be giving to yourself now. Okay, my pile 3, that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know down in the comments below if this resonated for you and how this is playing out for you. I'd love to read your comments. I love interacting with you guys. Please give this video a like, a thumbs up. It really helps sort of push this video out there to more people. And subscribe if you aren't already. If you guys are interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can do so by heading to the Etsy link, which is in my in the description box. I also post daily free content on my TikTok as well as my Instagram, so make sure to follow me there too. And otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. Have a wonderful day. I really hope that this helped you guys, and I'll see you next time.